She just
We are
showed
not
out.
citizens
We
of the
are the
United
American
States.
Indians.
We're sovereign people. I feel like some of you guys already knew I was going to get there, but let me show you. Y'all probably tired of my little timeline, but this is important. So we know in the Dred Scott decision that Chief Taney says to give Negroes right to the Constitution would be done in the face of the subject race of the same color. And he's talking about American Indians. So the Dred Scott decision determined that those with African descent in the 13 colonies would never have rights to the Constitution. So it's important to know that the 13th Amendment overturns the baby follows the belly law, but excludes ancient Berber people. It overturns the law so that nobody can be born into slavery. But what they did was continue to discriminate against the ancient Berber people in the southern states with African descent. If you read the Dred Scott decision, he tells you that the African slave trade only happened in the first 13 states, the first 13 colonies. So that's how they knew where to enact black codes. The remedy for black codes is the 14th Amendment, which is birthright citizenship to the United States. But that's not granted to the people of the 13th Amendment. That's only granted to the ancient Berber people. So that leaves slave Indians, mezzitos, and mulattoes to be stuck here. And what does this law say? That slavery is illegal except for punishment for crime. So this law tells you that whoever is directly affected by mass incarceration is the children of the baby follows the belly law. And I ain't seen no Africans or no Native Americans in the jail yet. I have seen American Indians of color. So why is this important? Because granting those in the southern states with African descent protects the Moroccan Treaty of Peace and Friendship that gave the United States its acknowledgement and its foundation. Nobody saved us. Nobody protected us. Everybody sold us out. And now everybody's pretending to be us. It's a wicked world. I didn't mean to figure that out. These people, they gonna come get me. They is gonna come get me. I'm telling you.
I don't fuck with my family. I don't fuck with my siblings, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. I didn't fuck with my grandmother when she was here. My family is under this demonic spell, and the person who left this spell on my family was my grandmother. She will cause so much strife in the family, gossiping every day like it's a 9 to 5 amongst her grandkids, causing us to hate one another, fight one another. That's witchcraft. That's demonic. And guess what? She was Christian. Did that surprise you? Because Christians are your witches and warlocks. They are the demonic ones. They're demons. You know, they like to demonize us spiritual people and call us demons for wearing our crystals and things like that and being out in nature and shit. They're gaslighting and they're projecting who they are onto us because they know that we're here to break all that illusion, you know, to break these curses of religion and Christianity. It's over with. Anyway, my grandmother knew that I was the chosen one in my bloodline to break these curses. She once created this story, this lie about me. She said that someone left a letter on her doorstep saying, calling her bitches and hoes, and this letter was a very bad letter, a nasty letter. And she told the whole family that it didn't have a name on it, but the Holy Spirit told me that Tara was the one to have written her this letter and left it there. She said the Holy Spirit. That's witchcraft. That's demonic. And guess what? There was never a letter praying for us. They was cursing us because they were keeping us under this.
Copper-colored Indian, please stand up. African American, your indigenous ancestors are calling you to wake up. It's time to wake up and remember who you are. All of this is ours. And we're here to share the land for people who respect us and respect our culture, respect our heritage. But first, you got to remember who you are. How do you expect reparations when you're coming in the name black, which means non-existent, absent? What do you expect? They don't owe black people anything. They owe indigenous folk everything. And we ain't natives. Native just means you're born somewhere. The natives are getting their $5 and their reservations and their things, right? Some people call them pretendians. I don't think we got to go that far all the time. But, I mean, But the truth is the truth. So we are the true Indians. We are the copper color Indians. You can ask anybody. They know who we are. You're the only people that don't know who you are. And why is that? Oh, because of brainwashing. Oh, because Christianity brainwashed you into thinking that you're subservient to somebody who you actually are genetically superior to. If we want to talk metaphysics, that's why they made Jesus white. They told you that the Holy Land was far across the world, when this is the true Holy Land. This is the true old world. The Americas over here in Turtle Island, we have the oldest mummies, the oldest pyramids, and the most mummies and the most pyramids. Ask yourself, if this is not the true old land, how come everybody and their mama and their mama's mama want to come here to Turtle Island? What's so great about us? They definitely not coming over here for Donald Trump. They coming over here because we are the indigenous people. Everybody copies us. Everybody copies our culture. Everybody wants to be us, but they don't want to be us. They want to be us. They want, they want to look like us and sound like us and dress like us and walk like us and talk like us and be us, but they don't want to be us. The colonized consciousness, we have been brainwashed into thinking that riding horses, being outside, taking hikes, wearing something like this is a white person thing, when really it's our stuff. We were already here on this land. We taught them our ways, and then that's that. Real indigenous woman and man, please stand up, because it is our time to remember. It is our time to reclaim and restore what is ours, so we can have peace on this planet. But it's not going to come until you remember who you are. You know that? Yes, so it does matter. It actually does matter. It does matter. I don't want to hear anybody say, why does it matter? We're all one. Yeah, yes. And we're all one, and we still have our differences. It doesn't... Remember who you are.